सर्वेभ्यः स्वागतम्। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीमष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। Welcome back. Bhagavad Gita's second chapter talks about the Sankhya Yoga. Sankhya in this context is not the 24 tattvas of Sankhya Darshanam, which is a philosophical background for yoga. Here Sankhya is Jnanam. Samyak khyayate atma tattvam yena tat Sankhyam is the definition. So after Sankhya Yoga, that is second chapter, focusing mostly on Atma Jnana. Nainam chindanti shastrani, nain dahati pavakaha, nachainam kledayantyapaha, nashoshayati marutaha. These are the shlokas. Vasamsi jirnani yatha vihaya, navani grinhati naroparani, vihaya jirnanyanyani sanyati navani dehi. All these shlokas were a set of shlokas to describe the true nature of Atma, and Arjuna was asked to understand the true sense, true essence of Atma Tattva and not to be worried of killing Kauravas and he will be responsible, all the papa will come on to him. So these ideas, Krishna wanted him to get rid of this and to engage in his duty, that is Swadharma, that is Karma for Arjuna. Taking the link and the thread of the Karma from the second chapter, Krishna continues with a small question by Arjuna. He says, Jayasi chet karmanaste mata buddhir janardana tat king karmani ghore mam niyojayasi Keshava. If you say, Krishna, that karma is inferior compared to jnana, my question is, after everything is explained how jnana is important, why are you insisting me and pushing me to perform action and getting into the loop of papa and punya and punarjanma and so many other things which are attached with the karma marga? Now you tell me clearly, without any ambiguity, tell me what is more suitable for my position right now, is the query of Arjuna in the very first shloka of third chapter. Then answering to that, Krishna says, there are two paths. Lokesmin dvividhaha nishthaha pura prokta mayanagha jnana yogena sankhyanam karma yogena yoginam. There are two paths. One is karma marga and the second one is jnana marga. So jnana and karma, these are the two margas. These are the two paths. Your question to me is, which path should I walk through right now in this situation? For Arjuna, this being the question, Krishna says as an answering, because you have a kind of desire of maintaining dharma and protecting all the prajas, and you also want to remove all the negative evil vices from the kingdom, you have a desire to maintain some kind of dharma as your swadharma. Swadharma is something of which I am capable and one's own strength is called swadharma. So each one will have swadharma as defined by the quality and the strength and weaknesses, and there are many other factors for deciding what swadharma is. Now, since Arjuna is a Kshatriya by birth, not just by birth but also as a developed nature within himself as a Kshatriya, then Kshatriya duties will be more suitable for him, and for the position that Kshatriya is holding, he has to fight the adharma, that Kauravas were on the other side. So here question is, if Jnanam is superior than karma, still Krishna is asking Arjuna to fight, which is basically karma. So in the third chapter, in the beginning of third chapter, there is a little clarity about what is the karma, the very concept of karma, why it has to be performed, and who are suitable, and how one cannot stay without doing any karma. So these are a few points that Krishna elaborates in the beginning. What he says, Arjuna's opinion is, if I give up all the actions that fighting against Kauravas and ready to get arms, he says, I am also ready to get bhiksha, rather killing these many Kauravas who are very close to my heart and with whom I should play, not to fight. Therefore, I am ready to even give away my so-called responsibility and swadharma, and even ready to get arms and to do bhiksha. In this case, Krishna had to force him not to do that, but to be in action. So Arjuna is asking, if that karma marga is inferior, which involves the cycle of birth and death and many other things are involved, why are you pushing me? Then Krishna says, do you think that by running away from your duties that you will gain the position that is Naishkarmya? Naishkarmya means the position of a person having no repository or the residue of karma phala in the form of punya or papa. So you are thinking that if you do not involve yourself in the action, you will be reaching the Naishkarmya position or having no result of good or bad actions. It is not. So what he says, Nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatu tishtati akarma krida karyate hyavasha karma sarvaha prakriti jaihi gunaihi. Nahi kaschit kshanamapi, not even fraction of second, none in the whole world be away from actions. Actions involve even eating, even sleeping, even resting, even blinking your eyes, even breathing, even digesting. So all these physical actions intended to have a life living process also is a set of karma that Nahi kaschit kshanamapi, even for a fraction of second, kshanamapi jatu tishtati akarma krita. There is no position for any human being of not doing some action. Every moment, every fraction of second, all of us are involved in performing actions. Sometimes it is involuntary, most of the time it is voluntary, and the digestion, breathing, respiration, all that happens involuntary. You are not ordering your body to digest when you put some food into the mouth. It happens. It is the consequence of performing one action called eating, then digestion is an automated process, which in modern terminology in medicine they call it as involuntary functions, involuntary physical activities. So, nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatu tishtati akarmakrit. There is no one who exists without doing any action. Nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatu tishthatya karmakrit karyate hyavashah karma sarvah prakriti jair gunaihi. We have a nature. We are born in the form of humans. So human functions biologically is an involuntary process. So if you say that I will not do anything, you just need to stop breathing. Okay? Then it means that you are not doing anything. Even if you stop breathing, will mind be not working? But mind is still working. It's working. So not even a fraction of a second that any human being stays away from actions. Actions is prakritija. It is born out of one's own nature as a human being. Nature belonging to the whole cosmos. So action is an inherent process of the cosmos and the individual, specifically to the human beings. So never claim, Krishna is saying to Arjuna, never claim that I am not doing. So if you run away from the battlefield, do you think that you are not doing some actions? No, it is a falsified approach that you have towards karma. Karma is any function, any process, more specifically the intended functions. For example, I intend to share my knowledge. I intend to bring awareness amongst the people around. I intend to look after my family. I intend to support the nation by encouraging the Indian knowledge system. These are all intended. This is called ishta karma. This is called uddishta karma. Uddishtam means that you intend the actions driven by some purpose. So we always have this approach towards every action. So if you say that you are not trying to perform any action, it is impossible, because it is very much nature of every human being to get involved in the actions. So if it is taken to the next level, he says there are two assumed condition of a person. On one side, कर्मेन्द्रियाणि संयम्य य आस्ते मनसा स्मरन् इंद्रियार्थान् विमूढ़ात्मा मिथ्याचारस्य उच्यते. Mithyachara, his achara or her achara will be mithya. Mithya is not very true. It is not as such. There is one line approach, meaning what you speak, what you think, and what you do. There is no straight line amongst these three functions of human being. What you think should be spoken, should be done. This is what is not mithyachara. Mithyachara, it is said, you think something else and you say some other and do something else. There is one subhashita attached with this. Manasyekam vachasyekam karmanyekam mahatmana vachasyanyat manasyanyat karmanyanyat duratmanam. Mahatma and duratma, these two, very critical difference between these two, Mahatma and Duratma, is this. Manasi ekam, what is thought in the mind, vachasi ekam, that only will come out, and karmani, what you function, also becomes. There is a one straight line amongst these three functions: thinking, speaking, doing. This is one very important quality of Mahatma. And Duratma, Duratma is the one, Manasyanyat. Manas thinks something else. The thoughts are completely different. What is thought in the mind, this what is put out through your verbal communication is something very, very different. And what you spoke is also not done. Doings are completely different. So this is what is the difference between Mahatma and Duratma. Here in Bhagavad Gita also, in a similar fashion, he says Mithyachara. Mithyachara is Yastvindriyani manasa niyamyarabhate arjuna karmendriyeh karmayogam asaktah saha vishishyate. Okay? One, you are forcefully putting your physical activities off, but mind is very much active. You are also speaking, you are also thinking, only physical body is not doing. That is not called akarma. Karma is performed all the way by all the tools that we have. So all the time we are engaged in the functions only. So karmendriyani sanyamya. Karmendriya, there are two indriyas, jnanendriya and karmendriya. Karmendriya are vak, pani, pada, payu and upastha. Vak is you are not speaking. Pani, panis are hands. Pada is the leg. Payu is the digestive excretory system. And upastha is reproductive organs. You are not doing any functions using these karmendriya, but jnanendriyas are active and also manas is very much active. Forcefully, if you stop the functions through this karmendriya, it is not naishkarmya or akarma. Still the mind is engaged. Therefore, that is called mithyachara. Then the next very shloka says, Yastu indriyani manasaniyamyarabhate arjuna. The one who has mastery over the senses through the mind, then it is the true sadhana that you can consider, and gradually that sadhana becomes next level towards jnana yoga. So for anyone who considers oneself to become jnana yogi has to perform karma yoga in the beginning, otherwise it is a futile effort, or it is also called mithyachara in Krishna's own words. So with this, what kind of karma that Krishna is portraying in Bhagavad Gita, little further we will see in the next session. Okay, Namaste. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhaved. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.